figure out the swastika.
Until you get to the end of the park, and then there was a couple done right. So there's like a guy that you could, it was documented.
It told the whole story.
Learning how to do a swastika on the day he went to Six Flags. And that's a memory he has now. Is the day he went to Six Flags and learned how to draw a swastika.
It's pretty cool. He'll have that the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Funnest shape, swastika to draw.
Yeah.
The
and that S thing. I saw
The
that
S with the 3 lines.
I saw that S is like sidewalk graffiti. Somebody put that into cement.
Hell yeah.
That's good. That's good shit.
That's good.
So, I'm gonna call this episode Scarface.
Can we talk about Scarface for a minute?
We can talk about Scarface for
Scarface. I guess we watched it together in April.
Yeah. This thing's. We're actually gonna run out of time on the SD card. We haven't done a podcast this long before, so this is gonna run out of time.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Scarface. It's bad.
It's very bad. It was fun. We were laughing at Michelle Pfeiffer, remember? Because she was like,
oh yeah,
she's just the biggest cunt in the world. That's her character.
Oh yeah,
I'm from Baltimore.
She's at that like fancy gala or whatever, looking all fucking, you know. She's like some snooty bitch or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Where'd you from?" And she goes, "Baltimore." Like it's not a shithole. All right, get the fuck, please. This cat. This cat is a fucking nightmare, dude. All right.
The cat is the villain of the...
You know what? And this isn't going to end with the cat throwing up because the cat already threw up before the podcast started. I'm sitting right now next to a pile of vomit on the floor that I stepped in, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have to clean it off because there's already vomit everywhere. So, you know what? We should just call it, dude.
I think it's over.
It's over.
No one's listening at this point.
No one's listening at this point. You guys are great. Bonus content. Dickfield Diaries coming soon. We got prank phone calls coming up. More of that Randy thing, maybe. There'll be like a Randy fucking podcast spinoff. I feel like I kind of had my arm twisted into doing... you know, the bonus content stuff.
I think
been real busy for me lately. I already feel enough pressure doing the fucking regular weekly podcast. I didn't even want a fucking podcast in the first place, but you can't just be a comedian anymore, folks.
People like our podcast, and you don't have to feel bad about...
Yeah, you do.
You know, you should be excited about it. I think that there are a bunch of incel gamers out there that love our podcast.
Yeah, but we don't talk about gaming enough. We got to get back to the source. We got to talk about gaming. We got to talk about Xbox. We got to talk about PlayStation 5. The new PlayStation 5, PlayStation Neo that's coming out.
Is it?
Yeah, PlayStation Neo.
What is that?
PS4 Neo, dude. It's like PlayStation 4, except it's more money and it's a different shape.
Oh.
So if you have the old PlayStation 4, guess what? You're fucking gay,
trash.
Dude. You're fucking trash.
You have the worst PlayStation.
You're a pussy bitch. You need the newest PlayStation 4 Neo. It stands for new, expensive, and online. It's got online capabilities. Unlike the old PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2, which 4? Something like that.
PS4 right now.
Mm-hmm. So
okay,
get out there, keep gaming.
It's like 9 at night, and I
gotta wake up at 5:45 in the morning tomorrow. Again, I gotta catch I drive a van to work. I got a van sitting outside. But yeah,
thank you, and please don't rescind your $5 after listening to this.
Please don't.
We have big guests planned and
big guests. The money actually goes to retarded kids. So.
Well, no, we had a guest book this week that canceled on us. We were going to do an interview episode, so you can expect.
Oh yeah, actually
stuff.
That is true. We were going to do Tim Dillon, but Tim Dillon canceled at the last minute. So.
Because he was at the ice cream museum.
Oh yeah, he went to the ice cream museum. He canceled our fucking podcast to go to the ice cream museum. But no, really, we tried, and and if you try, people can't criticize.
I will never listen to this episode.
I haven't listened to any single episode of our podcast ever.
Well, you've edited them, right?
I mean, enough to the extent that I make sure the audio is synced up, and that then I run everything through I don't know, some kind of fucking filter or something. Oh. And then, but I spend most of the work on the middle part, the break.
The middle part's always a hit.
Is it?
Yeah, people love it. They tweet at us what was that?
Do you think every part of this show? I mean, you know what?
I think
How
the
about
show
this, guys?
is great.
We had 2 breaks on this one. I'm gonna kill it with the middle parts. There's gonna be good middle parts. So that's what. Stay tuned or rewind and listen to them again because they're gonna be great. I'm telling you. All right, thanks. Good night.
Bye.
Past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it.
Okay, I know we said we were done. I know I said that. And I know it's been bad. If you're like hanging tough with this, I apologize, but we completely forgot. We got to talk about Steve Jobs' doctor.
Yeah, he's just
Basically, just threw Steve under the bus. Said that Steve basically killed himself because
he had the pancreatic cancer you can survive from.
the good kind,
which is normally like a death sentence.
Yeah. But he was like, I'm just gonna do like yoga and drink
muscle
smoothies.
milk. Yeah.
Drink muscle milk and smoothies, and he went to like Jamba Juice to try and to try and fix it. We were riffing about this outside, and we thought it was so funny
that we had to bring it up.
We had to bring it up. We forgot that. Maybe we'll edit this part into how it was before.
Yeah.
We'll bump this part forward.
Yeah. I think maybe don't do an interstitial, like have it like people think the Home Improvement theme song's gonna come on, and then we're gonna be like, anyway, and then we're back. Yeah.
And then we'll trick them into thinking it's over, but then they look at the time code and there's still another 20 minutes. But I mean, I think it's all relevant because there's that other bitch, the turtleneck bitch, with the health company that just got busted. Thermos.
Yeah,
thermostat.
you had a tweet about her voice. I didn't even realize she sounded like that.
She sounds bizarre. When everybody in the world deserves to have.
Sounds like this.
Everybody. Now the cat's thrown up because I'm doing the voice. Do you hear that?
Was that puke?
Yeah, that's puke. That's what the cat sounds like when it's vomiting.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Everybody in the world deserves health care. You know who should get cancer? That
she should.
Yeah.
Her and Shkreli.
Okay, so top 10 startups. If you had to do a startup right now, we've been talking for 2.5 hours. We're out of cocaine.
Yeah.
We've finished it, so I feel like it's only fair that we continue the last part of the podcast.
Yeah. This is the part of like the cocaine experience where we talk about how we have ideas to make a lot of money.
So we're doing startup battle. You guys have seen Roast Battle on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
It's like Shark Tank meets Roast Battle.
Yeah, Shark Tank meets Roast Battle. So he pitches an idea real quick, and it's all improv. You have to. That's actually. You know what? Holy shit! I might actually pitch this TV show. I think that's a good idea.
I think it is a good
Shark
idea.
Tank battle.
Yeah.
We could sell that to True TV.
Yeah, of course.
That's a great idea. So let's do a sample episode right now. You come on, and so it's Louis J. Gomez is hosting always. The fake Puerto Rican rattlesnake, Louis J. Gomez.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, Adam, the faggot Friedland.
Oh, you got me.
Fuck faggot. What's your startup idea? And then you go.
Yeah. All right, my startup idea. It's an old one that I came up with my friend Michael Foodie once, but it's a manhole cover, and it's a butt plug that has a manhole cover on it.
And so so it looks like a
manhole cover butt plug. So it's like literally covering a man's hole.
Okay, good startup idea. Judges, what do you think? And then they,
Rich Voss.
yeah, that's the worst fucking idea I've heard. I'm fucking Indian piece of shit.
Jeff Ross.
I don't know. I can't.
Jeff Ross, Rich Voss. They have like the same name.
Yeah, they do.
What's yours? Okay.
Well, you did a real one. So, and then I already mentioned on my podcast, the idea I had for the laser pointer that looks like the Batman logo
For a cat.
but it comes with a costume for a cat.
It's a really good idea.
That is a good idea. Maybe I could sell that to True TV.
I think that could be a pet rock kind of like $1 million novelty item idea.
That could change the world.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So, okay, you've all heard about headlights for a car.
Yeah.
So what about headlights when you're just walking around on the street?
Oh, yeah.
So it's two giant fucking lights to strap to your head, and it draws power from your iPhone, and then you can see where you're going at night.
Yeah, like spelunking, like
You know, honestly, that's like half of Benjamin Franklin's inventions were just bullshit like that. And everyone they're like, Benjamin Franklin, statesman, inventor. It's like, none of his inventions are worth a shit. None of them.
What? I'm
Electricity.
thinking Jefferson. Jefferson had some inventions.
Like what? Slavery?
He invented doggy
I
style.
patented a system to make an infinite amount of children. It might be a little dark, but yeah, it's a brand new system. It involves chains and a lot of lube. Just don't inhale, dude. Don't smell it. You got to breathe through your mouth. Okay, my startup idea.
Go.
It's a tube that reroutes the air you breathe through your nose into your mouth.
Yeah.
And it has a switch on the side of your nose. So you can turn it on, and then if something smells bad, you go, oh, that smells bad. And you turn it on, and then the air just goes in your mouth, and it bypasses your olfactory.
Oh, so you could just like block your entire nose.
Yeah, this is like 23rd century body mod kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
the
like
stuff that they're going to be doing in the
I
future.
like that. Yeah. You could just become like nasal anytime you need.
Yeah.
Like just you could talk like Woody Allen. You know? Yeah. Because you wouldn't have. Do you think Bernie Sanders has breathed out of both nostrils anytime in the last like 45 years?
No.
That's why I supported him, because he had a deviated septum. He clearly had allergies. Business ideas?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Just gonna chill out and go to the pub and stuff?
Yeah, like I say.
Okay, I got one.
Yeah.
So you know how firefighters, they have poles in the firehouse so they can get downstairs quicker. Hello, why doesn't everybody have that?
It's just no stairs.
Firefighter
No more
poles
stairs.
for everybody.
I always
gets one.
wondered, do firefighters like climb up the
He
poles?
was down there,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
No, dude.
I don't know, but I'll tell
Where
you
you going?
something.
Dude, there's never an emergency where they have to go back to the firehouse real quickly.
I joined the phone
So they never have to go upstairs?
No, they take the stairs up, but then they slide the pole down.
Oh. So there's the stairs only are good for going up.
Yeah.
So cool.
You know what was a great invention? Velcro.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Is that one of those NASA inventions?
Probably. All the bullshit NASA ever invented just wound up at Sharper Image.
Yeah. We said those.
Did we?
We talked about that.
Oh man, I'm just running through old bits.
Yeah. Well, whatever. That's my
All
life.
right, no, we got 10 more minutes, dude. We gotta come up with a couple more startup ideas. The listeners stayed with us through all of this. They need these startup ideas.
How about like an app that just, you know how like there are different streaming services like Hulu and Netflix, and you know, like, and if you like think of a movie, you're like, oh, I really want to know if it's streaming. What about an app that just aggregates all of that and then just tells you?
They have that. If you Google anything, it'll show you what streaming service is on. How about this? So like Shazam but for movies.
Oh,
Right?
that's good.
So let's say you're like in the movie theater and you're watching a movie and you're like, what movie am I watching? You just hold your phone up and then your phone, the light comes on. It says, detecting movie now.
Yeah. I got an idea.
Yeah.
So you know how like people post
How about
like,
Shazam?
Facebook statuses?
Wait, hold on, Shazam, but for people's races. So you're in the workplace, right? And you're like, oh, Latricia, I got this great joke. And you're like, wait a second. And you pull your phone out, and then it scans your face, and it's like, Dominican. And you're like, never mind. And then you go back to your
that's
office.
a good idea. All right, so you know how like Facebook has like you could post statuses, but then they have like events, and then they have like photos, like albums and all that stuff. How about just the statuses, but then like with a character limit? So like a website that you could just like 140 characters, and you could just post statuses on.
Gambling? No.
I don't think that would work.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that would be successful.
Well, okay.
You know, I like every like 2 years, like they're like, Twitter's getting rid of the character limit, and then no one knows where the stories come from, and they never do.
They never do.
And I always complain about it.
You want more characters?
No, I don't. I think that would ruin the joke format.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about Twitter is you have to make
Being
it
succinct.
Yeah.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
Taking the fat off.
Yeah, Mark Twain said that, dude.
Mark Twain?
Yeah, Mark Twain, who believed that so much that he shortened his name.
Yeah. How about an app that
No, it was just literally 400 quid in an envelope.
The cat is viciously eating its own asshole right
Yeah.
now. Imagine if Brandon were here, how upset he'd be about this.
Fam, I'm crying.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could have just used this time to riff out the Star Wars jokes for that birthday party I thought I was doing. I was thinking about, like, you know, Chewbacca?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he wear clothes? How do they know not to eat Chewbacca?
You know, goes to the police station and
Because he has like arms and legs, you know. He's like a guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Chewbacca's a guy.
How many
you know?
Chewbaccas do you think they ate before they were like, all right, they're people?
and thinking, oh, that's nice.
I mean, isn't that the thing? Is like they're a bunch of aliens that they're like, oh, that's a guy.
And my mum said, you know,
That's not like a monster.
Yeah, but he doesn't wear clothes. He just screams all the time.
He has that belt thing around his chest.
Yeah, he has a bandolier, which makes him like a Zapata type of.
Yeah, he's
I guess.
cool.
Yeah. What if he's got like he's growling, but it's in like a Mexican accent? Like if you could translate it, because he's like a Mexican revolutionary. That's why he has that bandolier.
I loved in episode 3 where they like, you know, the movie's just not ending and it needs to end, and then there's a part where Yoda's like on the planet with the Wookiees, and he's like, goodbye, random Wookiee number 1 and Chewbacca, and then everyone, all the nerds in the theater are like, yay, we got him in there.
Yeah, no, they were doing that in the Force Awakens too, though.
Were they?
Yeah, I think they had like cameos. They put everybody in there. That movie sucked. You know, they got some distance from it. It really wasn't good.
I saw it in the theaters. It was very exciting and fun.
My big joke when that movie came out was like, okay, guys, who's excited to find out why C-3PO's got that red arm? Because that was like a cliffhanger.
Right, yeah, people got mad at you.
Yeah, well, no, and then immediately after that, I saw like an article or two that was like, what's up with C-3PO's red arm? And I'm like, I guess that's not a joke. Oh, I was trying to do it because you know how all the characters are racist?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, you know, so C-3PO, I think initially the reason why he's gold and his name sounds so much like CPA, is because he's an accountant. He's supposed to be like a Jewish accountant character, and he's like, oh, which planet are we going to now? Don't make me run. I have asthma.
I thought he was like an effete British man.
Yeah, well, that's and then they made George change it. They were like, George, you've gone after Jews too much in this, and he's like, what if he is a faggot? And they were like, okay, perfect. We'll just make him. We'll make him gay. I pointed this out. That actually is a bit that I used to do about C-3PO. Is like that character is completely unnecessary because like C-3PO's whole purpose for having C-3PO is that he translates shit for them.
Right.
But the only time he's really translating is in Jabba's palace, right? When they're talking to Jabba the Hutt, who just speaks pig Latin. Like everything he says is like, "Me no leti hano solo go." And people are like, "Yeah, we have no idea what that means." But somehow we understand the fucking dog, the Chewbacca. We understand those grunts. They understand R2-D2, who just speaks beeps. They all learned robot. They all learned that like R2's like, but they never learned. They're like R2, and then they don't know big Latin. But also, if they have the technology to make robots speak, why not just make R2-D2 speak?
Yeah, right.
Why have two?
Why does C-3PO allowed to speak, but R2-D2 has to be a beep guy?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I was saying it's because R2-D2 in the original script says nothing but racial slurs.
Oh, because he's just cussing the whole time.
And then they meet Lando, and R2-D2 is like, boop, 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 boop. They're like, dude, keep it down.
Shut up. Yeah.
He's cool, man. Yeah, and that's Donald Glover's playing Lando. He's playing young Lando.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, in the prequel one?
Yeah, I guess they're gonna make so many of those movies,
Disney,
and they're all gonna be so fucking bad.
It was really bad. It's just
it's becoming The Simpsons, dude. It's becoming really,
like Ocean's 11. It's like we have a very complicated plan and nothing's gonna go wrong.
Yeah,
and we're gonna execute it perfectly.
They're making an all-girls Ocean's 11. Did you know that?
Are they? Oh yeah, like Ocean's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had to get.
Did we joke about that on the podcast?
7.
I was like, it takes 14 women and they have to figure out how to change the oil in a car. That's the 2 hours.
I still think a sketch we didn't make that was a joke we made on the podcast was Ocean's 9/11.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, Drew Michaels' cartoon is great. Everyone loves that, and that's like a really juvenile idea.
Yeah, I dig it.
I think we recovered, dude. I think this last segment was
kind of funny.
Yeah, that was all right.
Good stuff.
But we are legitimately, the SD card is filled.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Let's see here. That's 25. 50 cents.
Gervais, Steve Merchant.
Oh, perfect.
Carl Pilkington. Talking of money, Steve.
It's me. Here I am. That's right, folks. If you were trying to listen to the other show, well, I've got bad news for you. It's the Dickfield Takeover. That's right. I've got my own podcast now, and I can say whatever I want, and I don't have to apologize for it. So get ready for some very liberal takes. Some of you are not even going to believe these takes, how good they are, how liberal they are, and you know, this is going to be a podcast that people can agree with. That's going to be people's reaction to this. They're going to hear what I have to say, and they're going to think, "Oh, that Dickfield guy knows exactly what he's talking about." And if you disagree with me, well, that's harassment. So if you're sitting there at home, not even interacting with me, but you happen to dislike anything that I say, that's a form of harassment, and I'll be sending the police to your house. And I would like to invite my co-host of the podcast to introduce himself. Go ahead, Jahoon. Go ahead and say hi to the people. Yeah, Jahoon is, he's from China, and, well, I haven't really figured out why I chose a Chinese man to co-host the podcast with me yet, but I'm sure we'll work in that dynamic later. Isn't that right, Jahoon? Okay, I don't actually know what he's saying, but I felt that if we had a POC on the podcast, which for my listeners that don't know, that stands for, well, it stands for people of color, but I like to use the term prisoner of color, because in a lot of ways, it's like being a prisoner in America, to be of a certain hue, and I don't respect the troops. I have no respect for them, but I do respect the color troops, people, prisoners of color, because in my mind, they're the real veterans, having to go to war every day with advertisements that only have pictures of white people in, people like me, and it just disgusts me every time I see that. When I have to see another white man on the TV, it just, I can't wait until they're all extinct, to be frankly with you. Isn't that right, Jahoon? Okay, well, he's got a turtle and he's ripping its head off, so I don't know if that's his culture. If he wants to, okay, that's fine. You do whatever you want with that turtle. It's completely up to you. Folks, I have to tell you about an experience I had this morning that was deeply upsetting. And this is going to be the kind of stuff that we're going to cover mostly here on the Dickfield Diaries, which is the name of the podcast, by the way. If you had any interest in knowing what the podcast is going to be about, it's going to be stories like this. So I went into Starbucks this morning to get a coffee, and usually I like Starbucks because they have that tip jar in the front of the store, but they're not. They have reasonable wages, I feel, and so you can just take money out of the tip jar to pay for your coffee, and they can't say anything to you because the customer is always right. The benefit of corporate stores is that you can get them fired by tweeting at Starbucks if they say anything that you dislike. So usually I'll pay for things out of the tip jar, but today I just wanted to use the bathroom in there, so I went up to the front counter and I saw the barista, and I said to the barista, excuse me, but where can I use my pussy? And I have to be honest with you folks, that might be confusing to some people who aren't as woke as I am, but I don't believe that genitals should be, fixed to certain genders. I don't think that the names of people's genitals should, something gender related with that. So, when I say, I don't ever say my dick. That just sounds wrong to me. It doesn't look like a dick. It doesn't feel like a dick to me. It's, and I guess penis is maybe a little bit too clinical. It makes me sound like I'm sick or something, So I just like pussy. I like referring to it as my pussy. I like to be a pussy. I feel I identify more by saying that I have a pussy, and it's it's a very limp pussy most of the time, but sometimes my pussy again doesn't get hard. I like to think of it as wet, even though it doesn't really resemble anything wet. But instead of saying my and I have an erection, they say my pussy is very wet right now, and I feel that that's very a very gender neutral way to refer to my genitals. So when I go into a business and I say where can I use my pussy, obviously I just mean where is the bathroom, and I said that to the barista, and he says to me, excuse me? And I said, excuse me? First of all, you don't even know my gender, so why are you calling me sir? And he said, I'm not calling you sir. And that, I'll be honest, that was my fault. I did initially think that he had mentioned a gender, but he didn't. But and he says to me, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, the bathroom. Where is your gender neutral bathroom for me to evacuate all of the urine, the gender neutral urine, out of my pussy? And he apologized and showed me where it was, but an apology's not enough these days. So I said, I think I'll be having my coffee for free today. And you know what he said to me, June? He said, I can't do that for you. And you should have seen the look on my face when I realized I wasn't getting that coffee for free. Okay, well, he's completely killed the turtle now. I don't know why he even has it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, he's fucking the turtle now. I guess that's part of his culture. If he wants to do that, that's fine by me.
Country western singer.
Well, I don't really understand. Okay, that's fine. So, let me follow up with this.
Having a go on a merry-go-round.
Okay, alright, never mind. We're just going to drop this issue, and we're going to move on to something else, if that's okay. With my co-host? Okay, good. Did you have fun? Okay, well, normally I don't support animal cruelty, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine by me. Okay. Alright, please don't eat it. Okay, yeah, he's eating the turtle now, so I guess that's going to be lunch for him, which is good, because I was worried I was going to have to buy it for him. Folks, we need to talk about this fainting scandal, this Hillary Clinton fainting scandal. First of all, let me say this. If you're not voting for Hillary Clinton, I'm not even addressing the people that are voting for Donald Trump, because those people, first of all, if you are voting for Donald Trump and you're listening to my podcast, guess what? That's rape. It's a form of rape. You're raping me. And it's harassment, and you're going to have to talk to the police pretty soon. I'm talking to the people that aren't going to vote for Hillary Clinton. Maybe there's another candidate that reflects your views more. Guess what? That's a vote for Donald Trump. You're basically, if you're voting for Jill Stein, you're a rapist. You're a male rapist. You're Brock Turner if you're voting for Jill Stein. You have to vote for Hillary. She's the only person you can vote for. I'm with her. And, first of all, fainting is not a big deal. I faint maybe 2 or 3 times a week. The other day, I thought I saw a spider in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom wiping my pussy, and it turns out it was just a shadow. But I immediately, while I've been trying this, somebody recommended to me they have these stools now that you sit on while going to the bathroom, and it's supposed to help you. Actually, it's how they go potty in China, isn't that right, Jahoon? Yes. Well, he know. Oh, no, don't do it now.
What order?
You don't. Please, just please keep your pants. Do not go to the bathroom in my apartment. Okay, thank you. Sorry, folks. I was using these stools they have now that help you go to the bathroom. They're supposed to be better for your bowels because I have a medically tight anus. It's tighter than a normal person's anus. And I know that seems like it would be a good thing, but it actually is very difficult for me to go to the bathroom unless I have diarrhea. So I have to get one of these stools, and I was sitting on the stool, and what do you know, a piece of lint comes by, and I said, "Oh no, a spider, I'm being raped. Somebody help me, I'm being raped in the bathroom," and I fainted, and I would have bashed my head against the sink. Luckily my nose got in the way, and I was saved, and I woke up and I was covered in feces, and of course I realized my mistake, and I had a bit of a laugh, and then I tried to figure out a way to blame it on somebody other than me, because something like that certainly can't be my fault. Okay, I disagree with that, Jahoon, but I just I wanted to blame it on somebody else, and I couldn't really find it out there. So I faint all the time. It's not something that you should be embarrassed by. It's completely normal, and I think we really need to remember that Hillary is strong, and she's stronger than I am. I bet if I had a push-up contest with Hillary Clinton, I would probably shit myself. I do it pretty often, folks, so we can't really judge the president to be for something like that. So, okay, Jahoon here is, he seems to be turning very bright red, and... Okay. All right. On his iPad, he's pulled up the Wikipedia page for turtle fucking poisoning. So I think I might have to see if he has enough money in his wallet for me to call him a taxi. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand that you're sick, but I don't have $8 to loan you. So you're going to have to figure out how you're going to get yourself to the hospital, Jahoon. I'm sorry, but if you want to go in business with me, you have to understand that, there's going to be costs, and I'm not taking responsibility for any of them. So we're going to have to cut this one short. I was, planning on doing maybe a 3-hour, maybe 4 hours, where I defend Hillary point by point, because really, all of these things that they say, oh, Hillary's, she had private emails. Everybody has private emails. So are your emails not private? What does that matter? Who does it matter to? What does it matter? Who does it matter? It doesn't. Who is this? What is this? Where is it matter? None of you can answer that question. And there's anything that she does, Donald Trump has done a worse version of it. So, if she has a private email server, guess what? Donald Trump has a private email server that's filled with the N-word. It's only